Welcome to our deep dive into Tesla.
Yeah.
We're going to be unpacking Tim Hicken's book, Power Play, Tesla, Elon Musk, and the Bet of the Century.
All right.
And really trace this company's journey, from its Silicon Valley roots all the way to global impact on the auto industry.
It's a wild story. I mean, just full of twists and turns and ambitious bets and near-death experiences.
Oh, for sure.
We're going to uncover all that stuff, the engineering feats, the financial gambles, and just the sheer force of personality that made Tesla what it is today.
So, back in 2003, the electric car landscape was well, kind of bleak, right? I mean, General Motors had just pulled the plug on the EV1, much to the dismay of its fans. But, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning, they saw an opportunity there.
They did, and they were inspired not just by the potential of electric vehicles, but also by the legacy of Nikola Tesla himself. So they founded Tesla Motors with the goal of creating a high-performance electric sports car. The Tesla Roadster that would turn heads and challenge the perception that electric cars had to be boring.
Yeah, it's so fascinating how they blended this almost idealistic vision with a very Silicon Valley approach to business.
Absolutely. I mean, they embraced rapid innovation, iterative design, and a direct-to-consumer sales model that was unheard of in the auto industry at the time.
Yeah, unheard of.
And of course, Silicon Valley is also where they crossed paths with Elon Musk.
And that is where things really took off.
Yeah.
I mean, Musk wasn't just an investor.
No.
He came in with what he called his master plan.
Right. He saw the Roadster as a stepping stone. The plan was to use the profits from those high-end cars to fund the development of increasingly affordable electric vehicles for mass market. It was an audacious goal.
It was.
Especially given the technological challenges they face.
Yeah, the book really dives into the nitty-gritty of those challenges.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking battery technology.
Yeah.
Powertrain design stuff that was way ahead of its time.
Oh, for sure.
J.B. Straubel, Tesla's chief technology officer, was a crucial figure in those early days.
Straubel's ingenuity was remarkable. Higgins describes him scavenging parts from old EV1s and practically building battery packs in his garage.
Oh, wow.
They were pushing the boundaries of what was possible with electric vehicle technology, but they also faced some serious constraints.
Like what?
Well, like the fact that the first Roadster prototype relied heavily on parts from the Lotus Elise. They were essentially figuring things out as they went along, which led to some interesting clashes between Musk's grand vision and the realities of engineering. Higgins recounts this white whale design saga.
For the Model S?
For the Model S, where Musk pushed for this groundbreaking design. That initially proved incredibly difficult to manufacture. It highlights a theme that runs throughout Tesla's story.
What's that?
That constant tension between pushing the limits of innovation and the practicalities of mass production.
And let's not forget the financial roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the book details how many times Tesla came close to going under.
Oh, for sure.
Musk poured his own fortune into the company. And even then, they were constantly scrambling for funding. Those government loans were a turning point, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They were controversial, of course, becoming a political football later on. But they provided a lifeline at a critical moment. And then there was the IPO in 2010. Which was another huge gamble.
And it paid off.
It did.
At least in the short term. Tesla's stock price has been on a wild ride ever since.
Oh, yeah.
Often defying the logic of traditional automakers.
They've been valued more like a tech company than a car company. Which speaks to the disruptive nature of their business model.
It does.
And a key part of that model was their decision to bypass traditional dealerships and sell directly to consumers.
Which was a radical move at the time.
Oh, yeah.
George Blankenship, who came from Apple, was instrumental in shaping that Tesla retail experience.
Yes, he brought that same focus on sleek design, customer service, and creating a brand experience that was as much about lifestyle as it was about the product itself. They even faced legal battles in some states. Where dealership lobbies were powerful.
Wow.
I mean, they were truly shaking up a century-old industry.
And they were building a passionate customer base along the way.
Yes.
I mean, people weren't just buying a car. They were buying into a vision of the future.
Absolutely.
And that vision was very much tied to Musk himself.
Musk's personality has always been a huge part of the Tesla story.
It has.
He's a master of generating buzz.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it sometimes backfires.
Like how?
Well, remember those Model S fires in 2013?
Oh, yeah, I do.
I mean, they could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
But Tesla used them as an opportunity to showcase their commitment to safety and transparency, releasing software updates to address the battery concerns.
Talk about turning a potential PR nightmare into a testament to their technological agility.
Yeah, it was a defining moment.
It was.
That showed they weren't afraid to learn and adapt in real time.
And that ability to adapt was crucial.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Model S, while successful, was still a niche product.
Right.
The Model 3 was going to be their real test.
Yeah.
Could they actually produce an electric car for the masses?
That was the question.
And that's where production hell comes in.
Exactly.
Musk's decision to accelerate the Model 3 timeline put immense pressure on the company and its workforce.
The challenges were enormous.
They were.
They were trying to scale up production at an unprecedented rate, dealing with the complexities of automation, while simultaneously trying to keep costs down.
Right. And they were still dealing with the Model X.
Oh, yeah.
Which, with those Falcon wing doors, added another layer of complexity to the mix.
They did.
Things were getting pretty chaotic, wouldn't you say?
It was a period of intense stress and strain.
Yeah.
But somehow they managed to pull it off.
Yeah.
We'll delve into how they did that after a quick break.
Sounds good.
Navigating production hell with that Model 3 was a crucial turning point for Tesla. I mean, they pushed the limits of automation, but also learned that sometimes good old-fashioned human ingenuity was the key to solving those tricky production bottlenecks.
It sounds like they were constantly innovating on the fly.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of innovation around this time, Musk was already looking ahead to securing a stable and affordable supply of batteries, which led to the Gigafactory in Nevada.
The Gigafactory was another bold move, a massive undertaking in partnership with Panasonic.
Right.
Musk realized that to achieve his vision of mass-market electric vehicles, they needed to control the battery supply chain.
Right. Not just the car manufacturing itself.
So they were essentially applying the same vertical integration strategy to batteries that they were using for their cars.
Exactly. It's like they looked at the traditional auto industry model and decided to flip it on its head.
Totally.
They weren't content with just assembling cars.
Right.
They wanted to own as much of the process as possible.
It makes sense. But it wasn't always smooth sailing, was it?
Well, no.
Higgins describes some real tensions between Tesla and Panasonic during that Gigafactory development.
That's true. Scaling up battery production was incredibly complex. And there were disagreements about timelines and technology.
Right.
But ultimately, the Gigafactory was a game changer.
It was.
It gave Tesla a significant advantage in terms of cost and capacity, putting them years ahead of the competition.
Which brings us to another one of Musk's big bets.
Oh, yeah.
Autopilot and his vision of fully self-driving cars.
Yeah.
That's been a controversial topic, to say the least. It certainly has. Musk has always been a visionary, but his claims about self-driving capabilities have drawn a lot of scrutiny, especially after a few high-profile accidents. The book touches on the ethical and safety concerns surrounding this technology, which is still evolving rapidly.
And those concerns aren't going away anytime soon.
No, they're not.
It raises so many questions about responsibility and liability. Is it the driver, the software, or the company that's ultimately accountable when something goes wrong?
These are questions society is still grappling with.
For sure.
And it's worth noting that Tesla's approach to developing this technology is very data-driven. They collect massive amounts of driving data from their vehicles on the road, which helps them refine their algorithms. But it also raises questions about privacy and data security.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is.
But while all this was happening in the U.S., Tesla was also making significant moves globally. Their expansion into China was a major turning point, wasn't it?
Absolutely. The Chinese market was crucial for Tesla's growth. And Musk was determined to establish a presence there. But he initially faced some resistance.
Like what?
Well, the Chinese government required foreign automakers to partner with local companies, which Musk wasn't keen on.
So he had to compromise on his usual go-it-alone approach.
He did. Eventually, they navigated the complexities of the Chinese business environment and secured approval for a wholly owned factory in Shanghai.
Wow.
And that factory, the Shanghai Gigafactory, quickly became one of their most productive facilities.
It's amazing how quickly they were able to ramp up production in China.
It is.
Clearly, they had learned some valuable lessons from that Model 3 production hell experience.
They had, and they also had a strong leadership team in China, including Tom Zhu and Grace Tao, who were instrumental in navigating the local market and building relationships with government officials.
All right, we've talked about the engineering, the production challenges, the global expansion. But we can't really talk about Tesla without addressing the Elon Musk factor, can we?
It's impossible to separate the man from the company.
Right.
Musk's personality is woven into the fabric of Tesla's story.
Yeah.
And the book doesn't shy away from his controversies.
No, it doesn't.
His Twitter outbursts, his clashes with regulators.
It's like he thrives on pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
Both in terms of technology and in terms of his own public persona.
That's a great way to put it. And it raises questions about the long-term sustainability of Tesla's success. Can the company thrive without Musk at the helm?
Right.
It's something a lot of analysts and investors are wondering.
He's such a dominant figure.
He is.
It's hard to imagine Tesla without him.
Yeah.
But as the company matures, they're going to have to figure out how to navigate that transition.
They are.
Whether it's planned or unplanned.
That's right. And they're also facing a rapidly evolving competitive landscape.
In what way?
Well, the big automakers have finally woken up to the electric vehicle revolution and are pouring billions into their own EV programs.
So it's no longer just Tesla against the world. No. They're going to have to fight harder than ever to maintain their lead.
They are, and they're also facing increasing scrutiny from regulators and consumers.
About what?
About issues like autopilot safety and their sustainability claims.
So they're going to need to be more transparent and accountable than ever before.
Yeah.
To maintain public trust.
Yeah.
It sounds like Tesla's future is far from certain.
It is, but one thing's for sure.
What's that?
They've fundamentally changed the automotive industry.
They have.
They've proven that electric vehicles can be desirable, high performance, and technologically advanced.
Yeah.
They've forced the entire industry to accelerate its transition to an electric future?
So what does this all mean for you, listener?
Well,
what are the key takeaways from our deep dive into Tesla?
Well, first and foremost, Tesla's story is a testament to the power of audacious vision and relentless determination.
It is.
They've shown that even in a well-established industry, disruption is possible if you're willing to challenge conventional thinking and take risks.
It's also a reminder that adaptability and resilience are essential for navigating a rapidly changing world.
Absolutely.
I mean, Tesla has faced countless setbacks and challenges.
They have.
But they've consistently found ways to adapt, overcome, and emerge stronger.
And I think it highlights the power of building a strong brand and a loyal customer base.
Yeah.
Those early Tesla buyers believed in the company's vision.
They did.
And were willing to forgive some of the early missteps. That kind of loyalty is invaluable.
It is. But as we've discussed, the road ahead is full of challenges.
Yes.
The competition is heating up, scrutiny is intensifying, and the stakes are higher than ever.
Right. And now, here's something for you to consider. Higgins's book takes us up to about 2020. So much has happened since then, both within Tesla and in the broader electric vehicle market.
Right.
Think about factors not covered in the book that might be shaping Tesla's trajectory today. How might those factors impact the company's future?
That's a great question to ponder.
It is.
It's clear that Tesla's story is far from over.
Yeah.
And the next chapter promises to be just as fascinating and unpredictable as the ones that came before.
We've only scratched the surface of this complex and ever-evolving company.
Right.
But hopefully this deep dive has given you a better understanding of the forces that have shaped Tesla, the challenges they face, and the potential they hold to continue disrupting the automotive industry.
And that wraps up our deep dive into Tesla.
All right.
We hope you've enjoyed this exploration of innovation, ambition, and the future of transportation.
Yeah.
Until next time. All right, so we're back for the final part of our Tesla deep dive.
Yeah.
It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? From those early days in Silicon Valley to the global stage.
The Tesla's story really is a testament to how quickly an industry can be transformed.
Yeah.
You know, when someone is bold enough to challenge the status quo, they've certainly pushed the boundaries of what we thought was possible with electric vehicles.
But as we've discussed, you know, the path hasn't been easy.
No, not at all.
They've battled production issues, financial uncertainty, and of course the ever-present scrutiny surrounding Elon Musk himself.
It comes with the territory, right?
It does.
But, you know, they've emerged as a major player in the automotive world.
Oh, for sure.
forcing even the most established giants to take electric vehicles seriously.
Yeah.
That's no small feat.
It's not. Thinking back to the book, what stands out to you as one of Tesla's most defining moments?
That's a good question. Well, aside from weathering those early financial storms and the Model 3 production roller coaster, I think their decision to develop their own battery cells was a pivotal move.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, they initially partnered with Panasonic for the Gigafactory.
Right.
But, when Panasonic hesitated on expanding into China, Tesla took the plunge themselves.
That's a bold move. I mean, especially considering the complexity and cost of battery production.
It shows just how committed they are to controlling their own destiny.
It really does. And it goes back to that vertical integration strategy we talked about earlier. They're not just building cars.
Right.
They're building the entire ecosystem.
The whole thing.
From the gigafactories to the supercharger network.
Yeah.
It's like they're creating an experience, not just a product.
Exactly. And they've cultivated a customer base that's incredibly loyal and enthusiastic.
Oh, yeah.
Those early adopters were willing to take a chance on a new company with a radical vision.
They were.
And that loyalty has been a huge asset for Tesla.
But as we look to the future, the competition is only going to intensify.
Oh, yeah.
The traditional automakers are now fully invested in electric vehicles, and they have the resources and experience to mount a serious challenge.
They do. Tesla's first mover advantage is starting to fade, and they'll need to continue innovating to stay ahead of the curve.
What do you see as some of the biggest challenges they face moving forward?
Well, maintaining that pace of innovation is key.
Yeah.
Especially as rivals catch up in terms of range performance and technology.
Makes sense.
And they're also going to have to address some of the concerns around quality control and production consistency.
Right. We've heard stories about those early Model 3s.
Yeah.
Having some build quality issues as they scale up production.
Right.
Maintaining those high standards is going to be crucial.
Absolutely. And then there's the regulatory landscape, which is constantly evolving.
It is.
Issues like Autopilot safety data, privacy, and sustainability claims are all under increased scrutiny.
So they're going to need to be more transparent and accountable than ever before.
They are.
To maintain public trust.
Yeah. It sounds like Tesla's future is far from certain.
It does. But one thing is for sure.
What's that?
They've fundamentally changed the automotive industry.
They have.
They've proven that electric vehicles can be desirable, high performance, and technologically advanced.
Yeah.
They forced the entire industry to accelerate its transition to an electric future.
No doubt about it.
So what does this all mean for you, listener?
Yeah.
What are the key takeaways from our deep dive into Tesla?
I think first and foremost, Tesla's story is a testament to the power of audacious vision and relentless determination. They've shown that even in a well-established industry, disruption is possible.
Yeah.
If you're willing to challenge conventional thinking and take risks.
It's also a reminder that adaptability and resilience are essential for navigating a rapidly changing world.
Oh, for sure.
Tesla has faced countless setbacks and challenges.
They have.
But they've consistently found ways to adapt or overcome and emerge stronger.
Yeah, and I think it highlights the power of building a strong brand and a loyal customer base.
Right.
Those early Tesla buyers believed in the company's vision.
And were willing to forgive some of the early missteps.
Yeah.
That kind of loyalty is invaluable.
It really is. But, as we've discussed, the road ahead is full of challenges.
It is.
The competition is heating up, scrutiny is intensifying, and the stakes are higher than ever.
They are. And, one thing to keep in mind is that Higgins' book takes us up to about 2020.
Okay.
So much has happened since then.
Right.
Both within Tesla and in the broader electric vehicle market.
So much.
So think about it. What are some of the factors not covered in the book that might be shaping Tesla's trajectory today?
Yeah.
How might those factors impact the company's future?
That's a great question to think about.
It is.
It's clear that Tesla's story is far from over.
Oh, yeah.
And the next chapter promises to be just as fascinating and unpredictable as the ones that came before.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've only scratched the surface of this complex and ever-evolving company. We have. But hopefully this deep dive has given you a better understanding of the forces that have shaped Tesla, the challenges they face, and the potential they hold to continue disrupting the automotive industry.
I hope so.
And that wraps up our deep dive into Tesla. We hope you've enjoyed this exploration of innovation, ambition, and the future of transportation. Until next time.